Next is cricoid pressure. Cricoid pressure is a technique is used in endotracheal intubation. Try to reduce the risk of regurgitation. Regurgitation means backward following. For example, vomiting. Cricoid pressure consistency should be maintained not in all but in emergency cases while applying BVM. So the patient should be maintained not in all but in emergency cases, means while applying BVM. It is the backward pressure on cricoid cartilage with a force of 10 to 40 newtons. This pressure is meant to compress the esophagus and reduce the risk of aspiration. Care must be taken to avoid excessive pressure which can result in compression of the trachea. This pressure is to compress esophagus and reduce the risk of aspiration. Care and to avoid excessive pressure which result in the compression of trachea. However, it does not completely protect against regurgitation, especially in cases of prolonged ventilation or poor technique. Next is BVM ventilation, that is assessment of adequacy. So there are some evaluations that we can see during the procedure. First one is observe the chest rise and fall. Second one is good bilateral air entry. And third one is improving color. And fourth one is lack of air entering the stomach. And fifth one is feeling the back. And sixth one is pulse oximetry for using oxygen saturation. Next is contraindication. It means the side effect that we can see the patient during the procedure. In the care of complete upper airway obstruction, BVM ventilation is relatively contraindicated after paralysis and induction because of the increased risk of aspiration. So BVM ventilation is relatively a side effect after paralysis and induction because of the increased risk of aspiration. Caution is advised in patients with severe facial trauma and eye injuries. Great care is advised in patients with severe trauma and eye injuries. In addition, foreign material, for example gastric contents, in the airway may lead to aspiration pneumonitis. In the airway, the foreign material may lead to aspiration pneumonitis. Pneumonitis means the inflammation of the walls of the alveoli in the lungs. In their circumstances, alternative approaches including endotracheal intubation may be necessary. Next is predictors of difficult airway BVM. So the predictors of difficult airways are upper airway obstruction and edentulous patients. Edentulous patients means it is the condition of being toothless. Toothless means the loss of tooth. Next is breathe. And next is history of snoring. Snoring means vibration of respiratory structure and the resulting sound due to obstructed air movement during breathing. And next is obese. And next is elderly greater than 70 years. Next is facial burns, dressing and scarring. And next is poor lung mechanics. Next is resistance or compliance. Next is difficult airway adage. The first response to failure of backmask ventilation is always better backmask ventilation. Next point is to optimize airway position. Triple airway maneuver means head tilt, chin lift and jaw thrust. Place oropharyngeal and nasopharyngeal airways. Oropharyngeal means through mouth and nasopharyngeal means through nose. And two-handed technique. Try lifting head of pillow to open airway. Generate as much positive pressure as possible without inflating the stomach. If bag and mask still fails, first is intubated and second is it can ventilate and can intubate. Next is laryngeal mask airway. Next, cricothyroidectomy and needle cricothyroidectomy and transtracheal jet ventilation. Next is complication of BMV. What are the complications we can see in the patient during the BMV? Related to over inflating or over pressurizing the patient, which can cause hyperventilation or hyperventilation. Hyperventilation means the reduced amount of air enter the alveoli in the lungs. Hyperventilation means breathing too quickly and so causing too much oxygen to enter the blood. Inflated air in the stomach is called gastric insufflation. Lung injury from overstretching is called volute trauma. Lung injury from the overpressurization is called barotrauma. Lung aspiration or air embolism. Next is nursing management. There are some nursing management. They are: first one is promote respiratory function. Second one is monitor for complication. Third one is prevent infections. Fourth one is provide adequate nutrition. And fifth one is monitor GI bleeding. GI bleeding means gastrointestinal bleeding. Next is promote respiratory function. Auscultate lungs frequently to assess for abnormal sound. Suction as needed. Vital signs recording and reporting. Turn and reposition every 2 hours. Secure ETT properly. ETT means exercise tolerance test. Monitor ABG value and pulse oximetry. ABG means arterial blood gas. Next is suction of an artificial airway. First one is to maintain a patient airway, and second one is to improve gas exchange, and third one is to obtain tracheal aspirate specimen, and fourth one is to prevent the effect of retained secretion, because it importance to oxygen before and after suctioning. Next is monitoring for complications. So there are some complications to monitor the patient. First one is assess for possible yearly complications. Rapid electrolyte changes, severe alkalosis and hypertension secondary to changes in cardiac output. And second one is monitor for cynorespiratory distress, restlessness and apprehension. Apprehension means perception and understanding or anticipatory fear or anxiety. Irritability and increase HR. HR means human resources. Third one is assess for signs and symptoms of barotrauma, rupture of the lungs, increasing dyspnea. Dyspnea means increase in difficulty in breathing. Agitation means tension or irritability. Decrease or absent breath sound. There will decrease PaO2 level. PaO2 level means there will decrease level of partial pressure of oxygen, that is partial pressure of oxygen. And next is assess for cardiovascular depression, hypotension, dysrhythmias. Dysrhythmia means abnormality in physiological rhythmic, especially in the activity of brain or heart. And tachy and bradycardia. Next is prevent infection. First one is maintain sterile technique when suctioning, and second one is monitor color and amount and consistency of sputum. Next is provide adequate nutrition. First one is being tube feeding. As soon as it is evident the patient will remain on the ventilator for a long time. It is evident. Evident means to clear. The patient will remain on the ventilator for a long time during tube feeding. Weigh daily. So we should weigh patient daily. Monitor the input and output. Next is monitor for GI bleeding. First one is monitor bowel sound. Second one is monitor gastric pH and heme test gastric secretion every shift. Every shift we should monitor gastric pH and heme test. So to conclude that AmbuBac is the basic airway management technique and it allows oxygenation and ventilation of patients. Thank you.